explain to you. I got rock brought out here, 3-inch minus is what they call it, or 3-inch crusher run, I guess is probably another term for it. But we are going to do a little bit of leveling with it with the backhoe. Got it kind of roughed in with the dozer, and I probably could have finished it with the dozer, but I kind of felt like it ought to have a little more compaction, and I think rubber tires do a better job of compacting than steel tracks, obviously. So yeah, there's my paint can, but I got to get up around this front here. It's kind of difficult to get straight with the dozer. You can kind of see that it's a little rough. I've got some bumps and ridges here. What actually happened is I got more rock out here than what I need, I think. But we're going to cap this off with 1.5 inches. And what I had planned on in the beginning was to put more 1.5 inches on top and less 3-inch. But what we ended up doing is, you know, I misfigured is what happened. I don't know how I did it, but somehow I misfigured. At least I misfigured the right direction. And we'll use less 1.5 inches, so we'll get it worked out on their end. It's a bid job, so at least I bid it high, and I can always, you know, probably what I'll do is adjust their price at the end of the deal based on how many tons I actually use instead of how many I actually had on the price. So, but this like I said, it's pretty rough. I didn't spend a whole lot of time on it. I came out here and knocked it down in a couple hours. I had another project to go look at, so I kind of left it undone. I felt bad about it, but like I say, if we get enough rock in here this week, this job will be finished. I think it's going to make it one heck of a parking lot. I mean, with the base rock we got down, it's probably 6+ inches, 6 to maybe 8 in places. This is more than they needed. I don't know. Like I say, I kind of messed up on it, but I'd rather build something a little over than not enough. But it is just a church parking lot. It's not a heavy duty parking lot. But I think by the time we're done with it, they'll be able to put whatever they want in here. If they ever wanted to pave it or something like that, it'd be good to go. Like I say, 3-inch rock's just not real easy to grade out. I probably shined my blade up about as good as it's going to get pushing this rock. Shined the track pads up a little bit too. But it just doesn't behave very well. This rock doesn't. It's just kind of, you know, I'm sure there's guys out there that can grade it out and make it look perfect. I'm not one of them. But I did all of this with the little dozer. I just kind of got up in here and it's rough. It's hard to get around these corners and not tear it up with the track. But probably should have brought the backhoe out here when I did this, but probably already be done with it. Backhoe's a lot easier to get up next to the parking lot, or the parking lot, the curb or the sidewalk. That's a sidewalk. I lost my vocabulary there for a second. A lot easier to get, you know, close to it without hurting it. good shape. But see, they couldn't really get their trucks in here, so I had to push that. I had to push it back up in there, and I should have used the backhoe and just, you know, hauled it in there. It would have worked a little better than pushing it into the dozer. It gets a little bit out of control, a little lighter, a little harder to, you know, get finished. But anyway, I'm making excuses for why I'm a bad operator yet. Haven't caught on yet. Anyway, that's I think if I'd have had this a little thinner, I could have got it graded a little bit closer with the dozer. But there we are, making more excuses, you know. But that, like I say, it's just pretty thick in some areas. It's just what it is. Hopefully it's not this rough when I get done with it. I might. Okay, it's lunchtime. I've only got one. They only got me one load of 1.5-inch rock so far. They'll probably have another one down here after a while. I'm gonna take the dozer home, go get the pickup, drive it back out here. I'll probably pick my dozer, I'll probably pick my backhoe up tomorrow. But there's not much sense in me just sitting out here waiting on this. I've got a few things I can run and do while I'm waiting on them. And it's going to work out good. I believe they're going to get me 4 loads, I think, today. And then, man, I don't know. I need to figure out how many loads we need. It's going to take a couple more just to do the entries, I think. And then, yeah, this out here I'm not going to cover real deep because it's it's got plenty of base under it. I don't think it's going to be a problem. I just need to get enough in there I can grade in, fill in the low spots, or maybe a few. Oh, there's a few up and downs in there. I couldn't get it perfect flat. I guess that 3-inch rock just doesn't grade out real smooth. But after wheel rolling it with the backhoe, you can see it laid down pretty nice. This over here I kind of roughed it back up, but I got to go get a rake. I'm gonna do a little hand raking around. I've got to pick up some rocks out here in the grass that they didn't mean to do that. It just kind of came out of the truck later. But they had to like back in, dump a load half out, shut the gate, back in, dump it out. I mean, they had their work cut out for them. They did a good job for me. But it's looking good. I need about another half a load to finish it out in the front on the up there, and then like I say, I'm probably gonna need at least 6 loads out here, maybe 8. I don't know. This is 11, so 1.5 inch. It may be a little different on the volume per ton. I don't know. I got to figure all that stuff out. But I think we've got enough rock out here to maybe top this off. And we'll roll it in, most likely is all I'm going to do with it, but seems pretty solid. May have a spot up here that's pumping a little bit, I don't know, or the sidewalk was, but I may need to throw a little more rock up here on this. Pretty much done this area here. Just kind of need to go through and sweep the edges off this sidewalk, and hopefully I might need to get the laser out and check the slope. I may have kind of a high spot right here, but the frustrating thing about the rock we got is it's 2 different colors. I know that doesn't really matter much, but it all kind of blends into the same color once you work with it a little bit. But the problem with this stuff is when you start hitting these 3-inch rocks underneath this, once we get this down here a little bit, if you pull through, if you dig a little too deep, you end up pulling up some big rocks and it makes it hard to grade. So it's been kind of a challenge. This is the first time I've ever really done a lot like this. I've done driveways. They're a little different to deal with, seems like. We'll get it. We'll get it straightened out. I think it's going to work. So we're just going to figure out. I think I need most of my rock up this way. Once again, my drivers did a pretty good job getting some stuff in here for me. I was on a different job yesterday, so. Kind of shove this stuff up this way here. always been impressed with the pushing power of this backhoe. It's about the stoutest I've ever been on as far as loader power or digging with the loader, pushing with the loader. Pretty stout machine. And this is with 10,000 hours, so it's probably dropped off a smidge since it was new, but it still does a pretty good job. That was second gear, by the way. A lot of backhoes you have to shift it first, but not this one. It's gonna be a beautiful day. Sun's out. So ended up, this is what the parking lot finish looks like. Not too bad. I mean, there's still a few big rocks on top. I've been kind of kicking them off to the side, but anyway, I think it's going to work for them. We'll find out. It would have been nice to roll it. They didn't really want to spend the money on a roller, but we'll let some rain get on it, pack it in, we'll see how she looks.